away. Returnable. Brown's got it at the 10. Bobbles it. Fakes to Keanu. Up the left side he goes. He's at the 30. He's got one man to beat. Tripped up right at the 41-yard line, or it's back-to-back opening kickoff return for touchdown as Brown had a head of steam, and the only guy that could have made a saving tackle did.
Yeah, and I think that tackle was the lucky tackle. Oscar just didn't make the right cut, leave behind the right blockers. He's going home on that one.
Griffins have it, 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Norman is the deep man in the setback behind McConnell. Inside handout, no. McConnell still got it, throws over the middle. He's got Huey. He's at the 30, he's at the 20. One man to beat, 10. Play, 60-yard play action pass from Cade McConnell to Kainui Huey. And I'm telling you what, Justin, the way he hid the ball was just incredible.
Yeah, once again, another, perfect play action to perfection by Cade McConnell. Fools the whole defense and allows Kainui Huey to run free with that football into the end zone untouched.
19 seconds go by, and the Griffins are already up on top, 7-zip. As Valenzuela just knocked home that extra point. I mean, I'll tell you what, I thought he gave the ball, I thought he handed the ball off. I really thought Norman had it, but again, he hides it so well behind his hip, and then he just threw a strike wide open Huey.
Yeah, the only reason I knew Norman didn't have it is because Kainui kept running down the field.
And Valenzuela knocks this into the end zone, and that's going to do it. 1st and 10 for Newport Harbor. They'll take over on their 20-yard line. They're led at quarterback by Cole Lavin. He's a sophomore, and again, he's taken his lump so far this season.
Backs it up to 3rd and 17.
Lavin brings him out. 2-back set. 2 receivers off to the right side. Justin McCoy stands next to him. And they're waiting for the officials to do something here, and here we go. Lavin checks his wristband. Shotgun set. Gets it. Keeps it. Toss out to the right side. A little bit of room at the 20-yard line. Knocked down hard. There is Jake Kilikoa, a junior, able to pick up 4 yards on 1st down.
Coming up to make a big tackle on that play is Oscar Brown. Oscar playing the left side cornerback right now.
2nd down and 4. 2nd down and 6. 2 backs set on either side of the quarterback, Lavin. Wide splits there by Newport Harbor. Their offensive line, really, I think you drive a truck through that. Coming through, and coming through like a bullet was Mike Reddy. I don't know how he got that handoff off, and he'll lose 3 on the play.
That's a Christmas gift to Mr. Mike Reddy. There's a gap between the center and the guard that was, the split gap was maybe a yard long.
It's easily a yard long. I don't know how.
Michael Reddy ran through there without even being touched by a left or right hand from either guard or center.
Well, there's no way the center's going to be able to get there, and the guard.
And I knew that coming into it. Ken, it looked, up here, it looked really bad.
Losing 2 on the play. Make it 3rd down and 8. Lavin back to pass. Got time, sets up, throws, and it's complete. First down out to the 34-yard line. Cole Lavin hits Aiden Goltz, and that's enough for a Newport Harbor first down.
And remember, Kent Fountain Valley wasn't able to get a first down until deep into the second half, I believe, or late in the second quarter. So good job by Newport Harbor to get started early.
Again, they've got that really wide splits going up front. And I think, boy, if they stay in that mode, Reddy's just going to get there and just completely disrupt that play. He's right there. The quarterback's going to get killed. First and 10 at their own 34-yard line. Reddy right. He's ready to go. Oh, my gosh, if you're Lavin, he's got to be dying. Inside handoff out to the 36-yard line. We'll give him 37, 3 yards on first down.
That time they ran right up to Reddy. Reddy took on a block, shed the block, and made the tackle at about 2 yards.
Kelly Akoa, the ball carrier, on second down and 7. Just underway here in the first quarter. 9:16 to go. Griffins up 7-zip on the first play from scrimmage. Lavin checking the signal in across the way from Coach Lofthouse. Barks it out and checks his wristband, ready to go. Second down and 7. High snap. Back to pass. Lofthouse throws over the middle, incomplete. And the intended receiver actually had a step. Justin McCoy had a step there and an accurate pass, and McCoy's still running.
Yeah, that accurate pass, or non-accurate pass, was caused by the rush. Michael Reddy once again getting in there along with his 3 defensive linemen. The quarterback's a little spooked from taking that first hit from him today.
Yeah, he really got rocked. Third down and 7. 2 backs on either side, a back on either side of Lavin. On third down and 7. Back to pass. Lavin, he's in trouble. Now he scrambles out to his right. Steps up, takes a big hit from Valenzuela, and he struggles forward to the 39-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 4th down and 5 in a punting situation for Newport Harbor.
And Ken, I got to bring something up there. That time on that play, DeMario King was coming in from the defensive end position, put a spin move on the guard, and had he not slipped up on his feet, he's getting a sack on that quarterback. We've seen him do that both the last 2 weeks. It might be a D lineman now, not just a safety.
Well, he's able to play in a lot of different places. Back deep, Oscar Brown at his own 32, waiting to punt. Short kick off to the left side. Bounces, and it's going to stop right at the 41-yard line of Los Alamitos. That's where the Griffins will take over. First and 10 with 8:08 to go here in the first quarter. Los Alamitos 7 and Newport Harbor 0.
And you can't be very excited about that kick if if you're Newport Harbor. The kick wasn't a very good punt, and it doesn't put you in a really good position against a high-potency offense.
Griffins will send trip receivers off to the right side. Huey by himself on the left. Inside handoff. No, it's a toss out to the right side again. That's King. He's got it. Looking for a block. Still looking. And getting downfield was Cade McConnell after King picked up 5 yards on first down on a little quick sling pass. Again, another great play action fake by Cade McConnell.
Yeah, the whole defense went to tackle Keanu Norman, and Cade McConnell pulled the ball for that run pass option, threw it out to DeMario King.
Second down and 4. McConnell now rolls out to his left, sets up, throws, complete. Wagner's got it. First down across midfield, still on his feet. Still on his feet, still on his feet. Down to the 43-yard line, 42-yard line. Knocked out of bounds there by Newport Harbor. First down by Zach Wagner.
And coming back to make a big hit was Kanui Huey, trying to knock off one of the defenders off of his wide receiver brother, Zach Wagner. Zach Wagner was fighting for extra inches there on that play.
Griffins have it, first and 10 at the Newport Harbor 41-yard line. Trips to the right side. McConnell's got it, sets up, throws back the other way. Kanui Huey's got it. Flag on the play. This one's coming back. Huey's on his horse out to the right side. One man to beat. He's at the 20, down to the 15, still on his feet, down to the 5. Inside the 5 is a horse collar flag down in there. I thought there was a horse collar flag. It looked that way, but this play's going to come back.
2 flags on one play there, Kent. One on the front end. Looked like probably a holding on Los Alamitos to break on that run. I like the way that the team set up the screen. However, the offensive lineman can't get overly aggressive when it comes to running the screens because it's very tempting to hold on that play, and that time the refs caught it.
Well, Huey was able to take the ball all the way down to the 4-yard line. He's coming off the field. He's a little hobbled right here. There's a personal foul face mask against Los Alamitos. Wow.
That's interesting.
That's
I didn't
really
see that
interesting.
one.
I don't either. Hey, where that flag was, you'd think holding. Not sure what the officials are talking about because the ball is all the way down to the 4-yard line.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we'll see what this is all
I
about.
actually see the flag coming out here, Kent, on the back end of the play.
Well, yeah, there's a personal foul at the end of the play. I think the guy had a horse collar down at the 4-yard line. But it'd be interesting how the officials mark this all off. Because they've got the ball at the 4-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark off a penalty there. Well, let's just figure this out. Right? Let's not guess. A little stoppage in the play there. Okay, well, actually, they're moving the ball to the 19-yard line. Okay, so
that flag was thrown at the center of the field around the 19. The first flag was.
Okay, well, Huey took the ball down to the 4-yard line, and so the penalty moved it back to the 19-yard line. So the Griffins have it 1st and 10 there. I guess the first penalty wasn't against the Griffins at that point. Okay, here we go. McConnell, inside handoff. That's Norman. Right side he goes. Makes one man miss. Still on his feet. He's at the 10. Still on it. He's going to the house. He's in. Touchdown. Keanu Norman. 19 yards. Started off to the right. Came back to the left. Up the middle. He went 19 yards. And he's in for his touchdown.
And you can see the focus on Keanu. He was ready to get in the end zone right there. Keanu just really picked up the speed there. Last week we seen him try to play with the stutter step a little bit. That time he hit the hole hard, quick. He was able to break one out into the end zone.
On to try the extra point, Nick Valenzuela out of the hold of Edmund Lacrosse. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. So with 7:05 to go here in the first quarter, Los Alamitos 14, Newport Harbor 0. That touchdown is brought to you by Bowermaster Insurance. Bowermaster Insurance, the next generation insurance agency, generously donates to the Griffin program for every touchdown scored of the year. Bowermaster Insurance can be seen on the web at www.bowermaster.com. Well, that was a great run by Keanu. He started off right. There was nothing there. He broke a tackle, cut it back left, and took it up the middle, 19 yards for a Griffin touchdown. His first carry of the ball game goes for 6.
Yeah, Keanu almost got tackled on the backside of that play. He high-stepped his way through that tackle, which is a nice play to make by running back.
Valenzuela booms it away. And into the end zone for his second consecutive touchback. And Newport Harbor will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line with 7:05 to go. Here in the first quarter, they're now chasing 2 scores.
Yeah, you got to wonder, Ken, where was the effort on that play? That ball didn't just land in the middle of the end zone. That could have easily been returned.
Yeah, could have. But you know what? It's the play-action passing now of Cade McConnell that's making a huge difference for the Griffins. Well, I thought they'd come out strong running, but they started off passing, and boy, McConnell's just doing a great job. 1st and 10 for 11. He's got 2 receivers split off to the right. High snap. Back to pass, he throws, and incomplete. Again, he had to get rid of it quick, but again, the intended receiver had a step on Dallas Burke. And again, that pass just went haywire.
Yeah, Dallas Burke is playing up right now. You got DeMario King. Dallas Burke essentially playing a strong safety position on that play. DeMario King back playing the free safety position. And DeMario is going to have to bail out of that if somebody's able to beat Dallas Burke deep. There's still the other safety.
2nd down and 10. King is the lone safety in the middle of the field. About 14 yards back. The Griffins have 10 defenders up within 5 yards of the ball. 2 back set, 2 receivers off to the right side. Motion man comes from right to left. Inside handoff and nothing doing. Wow. Coming in to make a huge tackle there for the Griffins was Nathan Thomas.
Nathan Thomas on the
Nathan,
Dropped for a 2-yard loss. Wow.
Nathan Thomas, actually one of the guys who was out injured for a few games, has worked his way back in this linebacker rotation and showed why he was a starter day one to open the year.
Yeah, he was. What a tackle by Thomas. 3rd down and 12. Huey in the game at cornerback. He's locked up, singled up. Looks like he's going to press coverage down there, too. Griffin showing blitz as Gio sneaking up from his left cornerback position. On 3rd down and 12. Lofthouse be looking up, didn't quite get this play off. Again, he was checking signals all around. Let's set the Griffins defense up. Should have done this earlier, but the Griffins start off with Anthony Leon, Zatavian Miller, and Cam Shedd up front. Giovanni De Leon, Nathan Thomas, Mike Reddy, and Nick Valenzuela, the linebackers. Bobby Blandino, Darian Wingfield, the corners. Dallas Burke and DeMario King, the safeties for the Griffins.
And right now we've got Huey in there at Wingfield's normal position. Huey was up pressing last play. He's playing 7 yards off the receiver now.
After that delay of game, Newman back 5 yards, 3rd down and 17. Back to the 13-yard line. Good snap, back to pass. He's in trouble. Down he goes. Giovanni De Leon gets the sack for the Griffins, back to the 7-yard line. Wow.
That time Newport Harbor was trying to have their receivers adjust their routes and run right to the sticks, but they were about 14 yards behind the 1st down line, so that's a long developing play. The quarterback takes a 3-step drop, probably should have taken a 5-step drop, and by the time he hit the end of his drop, the defensive line was there to put it on him. And that sack was brought to you by Paynees Analgesic Cream. Your health, your way, on your schedule.
Dude, you nailed it. 1 for 1. Ball's punted away. Bounces at the 30-yard line. Browns scoots back. It rolls. It's, again, a short punt. And the Griffins in excellent field position back to the 42-yard line of Newport Harbor. That's where they'll take over. 1st and 10 with 5:04 to go. Here in the first quarter, Griffins 14. Newport Harbor 0.
And Brown, he's got to risk it there. You got to come up, scoot up a little bit, come catch that ball on the fly. They're not kicking it well, but they also aren't covering the kick well. They're running down the field very slow, and a guy like Oscar Brown can run right past that for a touchdown if he can come up there and make that catch.
Well, speaking of Oscar Brown, he's in at tailback. He's right behind Cade McConnell. Play action fake. McConnell's got time. Sets up, throwing for Huey down the left side. He's in and out of his hands. He had it for a 43-yard touchdown, but he dropped it. I mean, he had a man beat, and he just dropped it. Put it up in the air forever. And again, he's going to want that one back.
He's most definitely going to want that one back. We haven't seen Huey have to use that long frame to lay out in a while. His quarterback led him well, though, on that play.
Yeah, he did. He's able to run under it. Didn't have to lay out. He just needed to catch it. Brown gets it. Right side he goes. He cuts through past the 40-yard line to the 38, picking up 4 yards on 2nd down and bringing up a 3rd and 6.
That time, Brown running his own rendition of a stretch play and hitting out alongside that tackle. He's able to find a little hole and run himself for some positive yards.
Brown sets up to the left of McConnell. Back to pass he goes, sets up, throws, and in and out of the hands of DeMario King. That's going to bring up a 4th down for the Griffins. And again, they're in no man's land, so they're likely, I would imagine, they're going to go for it here.
Yeah, that time DeMario didn't look like he was on his A game. He just held those hounds out there lazily and didn't make that catch. You got to wonder if DeMario is maybe slightly gassed just from playing on defense and offense so far tonight. So first week we've seen him play defense to start the game as well. 4th
down and 6. The Griffins keep the offense on the field. Clock is stopped at 4:26 to go. McConnell back to pass. Hit as he throws, and Huey can't get there. And Newport Harbor will hold, and they'll take over on downs.
Yeah, Kanui having a tough time getting that one too. I didn't think that was necessarily uncatchable, but the ball wasn't very accurate of a throw from O'Connell as he was under a tense amount of pressure from the right side inside linebacker of Newport Harbor.
Well, Newport Harbor takes over 1st and 10 at the Griffin at their own 38-yard line. That's the first stop of a Griffin team in quite a while. We're not used to them not scoring a touchdown on every possession. 2 receivers out to the right side. Wide splits again for Newport Harbor. as Lavin barks out signals. Just better hurry up, or he's not going to get it off. Inside handoff and thrown down like a rag doll. Mike Reddy just comes in and just tosses the receiver. Jake Kellyoka like he's not even standing still.
Yeah, Michael Reddy's like the pit bull when you bring out just a fresh raw piece of meat. He gets in there and he gets at it. Just flip that running back threw him around with his fingers like he was nothing.
It's not a small guy he threw to the ground either.
No, it isn't.
He'll lose a yard on the play. 2nd down and 11. Lavin checks his play wristband again. Inside handoff, and not a whole lot of room there. Got to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Met by the interior of the defensive line for the Griffins.
That looked like their own form of a power run, except he handed it to the fullback instead of the running back.
What's happening here is, the snaps are throwing off the timing of the play. It's not a crisp. Lavin's able to, is having to reach around and grab the ball every time. 3rd down and 11.
Lavin liked to catch that ball right at his under his belly button, and that's coming up towards his numbers. So it's making the timing of handing the football off to the running back fall off.
Oscar Brown in coverage down, singled up on the left side of the defensive formation. Griffin showing his blitz. Here they come. Lavin steps up. He's in trouble. And down he goes.
Yeah, that time the Griffins brought 7 right off the line. All linebackers were on the line. All defensive linemen on the line, and they brought everybody. Quarterback ran right into it. We'll call that a sack for a better term, Kent.
Anthony Leon got that sack.
That sack from Anthony Leon is brought to you by Paynees Analgesic Cream. Your health, your way, on your schedule. Hopefully we've got a couple more of those coming tonight.
Well, Brown standing at his own 35-yard line. Gets a snap and barely gets it off. Line drive kick. Bounces. He's going to pick it up on the bounce at the 40-yard line. Up the middle he goes. He loses it, and then he's able to fall on it. Boy, that's the 2nd time Brown's lost the ball in in the last 3 games. And he's able to fall on this one. Not after he got a nice return out to the 49-yard line of Newport Harbor. And that's where the Griffins take over. 1st and 10 with 2:13 to go here in the first quarter. Griffins 14. Newport Harbor 0.
Yeah, Brown really saved himself on that one.
Yeah, he did. Norman in at the setback. 3 receivers bunched to the right side. The ball's in the left hash at the 49-yard line. Norman gets it right side, trying to get outside, and nothing doing. He got strung out, and he'll pick up a couple on the play, and that's it.
It looked like Newport Harbor was zoned in on that play, something they had seen on film before. They flowed well to that run and were able to keep the running back from getting a very positive gain.
Chips off to the left side. McConnell rolls out to his left, throws complete. Wagner's got it. 1st down yardage and more. Down the sideline, still on his feet. And he gets knocked out of bounds right at the 28-yard line. Another big completion there to Zach Wagner, his 2nd of the night. And that puts the Griffins in business at the 28-yard line of Newport Harbor.
And Wagner was trying to walk the tightrope of the sidelines at full speed. And sometimes that's really hard to do. He runs out of bounds.
Trip receivers to the right side. McConnell, inside handoff. Norman, left side he goes. Tries to skip through a couple tackles and is able to get out to the 24-yard line. 4 yards on 1st down for Keanu Norman.
It actually looked like that time Norman had a hole inside that he passed right by, in favor of going where the run was supposed to go, and didn't pick up too much of a good gain.
2nd down and 5. McConnell back to pass. He's got time, steps into his throw out to the right side, and he's got it. I believe he's got his in bounds. Touchdown Griffins.
Wow, that's
Zach Wagner.
McConnell put that one on a dime. Wagner is going to the outside back pylon. We had DeMario King sitting on the front pylon. He threw it over there the general direction. DeMario looked like he was going to go up for it at first and then realized, okay, Wagner's right here. Wagner makes an over-the-head catch. Toe taps inside the end zone, and that one's a touchdown. That's an amazing play from Mr. Wagner.
I'm kind of shocked at that. I'll tell you in a second as Valenzuela knocks through the extra point. It's up and good. With 1:08 to go here in the first quarter. Los Alamitos 21, Newport Harbor 0. That touchdown is brought to you by Bowermaster Insurance, the next generation insurance agency. Can be seen on the web at that's what I was going to say was it seemed to me like King was in the wrong spot. I'm not sure what he was doing right down that part of the end zone. I think his route should have been shorter because he almost drew another defender in, and Wagner was open behind him. He was like the spacing there wasn't right.
Yeah, it's definitely a classic curl in and an outpost or an out route to the back of the pylon, and he just ran the wrong route a little too deep. I'm not quite sure if he just had his eyes on the quarterback instead of running his route, or if it's a lack of concentration due to having to play defense and offense. I think DeMario's spending a lot of time thinking right now about what's going on the field on defense, and it's affecting his play a little bit on offense.
Valenzuela looking to knock his third consecutive ball into the end zone, and we're about a minute away from the Griffin shoutouts. One more time. Valenzuela booms this one away. Head to the end zone. It's returnable. Taken at the 3. Now to the left side of the 15s at the 20. Up the middle he goes, 25, down to the 30-yard line. Goes the return man, Rafael Cruz. And he's able to get it out to the 30-yard line. That's where Newport Harbor will take over. 1st and 10 with a minute to go here in the first quarter. They're trailing 21-zip.
And Kent, that's Zach Wagner's 5th touchdown on the year. He just broke 400 yards. It's about 15 receptions for 400-plus yards for the year. And 5 touchdowns, not a bad start to the season. He's
also got 5 touchdowns on the ground, too. So, Wagner with 10 touchdowns this season, he's really setting the pace for the Griffins in scoring. He's doing it all. I think he's selling popcorn right now. I'm not sure. 1st and 10. Let's see if Lavin can get anything done here on offense. And they're taking the play clock down as far as they can. Inside handoff and struggling forward for a yard, and that's about it.
And you know what, Ken? I think it's respectable after watching what Los Al did in the first half to Fountain Valley. I think it's respectable as a team to just try to pick up your first downs, kill the clock a little bit while you're on offense, and try to keep this score slightly more respectable than it was last week.
Yeah, by this point, the Griffins were already up 34-zip.
And a lot of that has to do with running fake plays and just not being a normally coached football team.
2nd down and 9. 2-back set again, same formation for Newport Harbor. Keeping it on the left side, the toss out to the left side. In trouble, and down he goes. Dallas Burke comes up from his safety spot to drop Jake Kellykoa for a loss, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. The score, Los Alamitos 21 and Newport Harbor 0. It's time for the Griffin shoutouts.
Tonight's Griffin shoutouts are brought to you by Payne's Analgesic Cream. The kids, Sophie, Xavier, Jackie, Vincent, Halo, Olivia, and Fleevy, the Mesa clan. Isabel Iman, Stephanie Ayers in Minnesota. Caleb Norman serving with the 31st Airborne Division in Aviano, Italy. Griffins alums, Blake Johnson at Arkansas. Denzel Brantley, Sean Toulette, Joe Wysocki, and Matt Falpusa at the University of Idaho. Darian Cornet and newly named captain DeMonte King at Arizona State. Matt Walker at Boise State. Isaiah Moore and Mike Magani at Cal Lutheran. Andre Leomiti at Colorado State Pueblo. Zach Ruiz at Western State. Alex Muscala at BYU. Kevin Schmidt at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Joy Noble, James Stanton, and Richie Yukihiro at Fullerton. Fa'ai Malia Saleh and Isaiah Johnson at the University of Arizona. RJ Gonzalez and Nathan Hartman at the University of San Diego. Hello to my lovely wife, Carmen. Please support our sponsors by visiting www.tabex.com. Your help, your way, on your schedule.
And we're back live. As the team flipped ends of the field, Newport Harbor now going from south to north, right to left here from our vantage point on the western sidelines in this beautiful, cushy press box. Got to give a special hello to Ernie Sewell in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's the grandpa of number 74, Devin Sewell. So hello and thank you for listening. On 3rd down and 16. 2 receivers split out to the left. Ball's in the right hash mark. 2-back set for Lavin. Back to pass he goes. He's in trouble. He's not coming out of that. He's down way back inside the 15-yard line. Oh, the Griffins actually came away with a football. Wow.
And that sack was brought to you by Payne's Analgesic Cream. Your help.
The smoke got you.
The smoke got me.
We got this big smoke bomb going off right in front of us here.
Your health, your way on your schedule.
There you go.
Yeah, big red smoke bomb. They're gassing us out up here in the press box camp.
Yeah, they're trying to distract you on that painting sack. Brown standing his own 45. Booms this one away. It's returnable. He'll catch it. No, he lets it bounce again. Picks it up on the bounce and tripped up as he got to the 46. Yeah, he had a chance to catch one in the air, and for some reason, he's just not catching it. He keeps backing away and catching it on the bounce. I don't get it.
The reason is it feels safer catching it on the bounce, but it's actually not safer catching it on the bounce.
Not at all.
It's way more dangerous. And, Oscar Brown, he's playing with fire right there when he does that. He's going to have to go talk to the special teams coach on the sideline when he gets back off the field and explain why he can't catch that one on the run.
He's in the backfield right now. Standing behind Cade McConnell. Trip receivers bunched to the right side. McConnell's got it wide open is King. He's got it. He's at the 10, 5, touchdown. Griffins. Mario King on a strike from Cade McConnell to start the second quarter.
Yeah, that's a really crappy play. Once again, Cade McConnell doing everybody with the play action fake, holding it right at his side after faking to the running back, holds it down, and then moves loose. Mario King down the field. Cade hits him in stride. DeMario slows his stride so he's able to catch that ball in bounds and run it into the end zone without going out of bounds. He was wide open, nobody around him, but it was a very smart heads-up football play to slow that one down and make it in the end zone.
On to try the extra point, Valenzuela. Up and in. So with 11:03 to go here in the first half, Los Alamitos 28, Newport Harbor 0. That touchdown is brought to you by Bowermaster Insurance, the next generation insurance agency. Can be seen on the web at www.bowermaster.com. Mario King with another touchdown. That's his 5th on the season. Again, King, every time he touches it, he goes for big yards. He's 17.5 yards per catch. And the nice thing is that a lot of the Griffins are out there. They're sharing big plays. A lot of I think the average catch for the Griffins across, for the most part, is right around 20 yards per catch. As the smoke's up here in the press box, and it's smoked out Chris Pollard, the TV guy from Los Alamitos TV. It's just too much, I think.
Got to open a window over there.
Yeah, God. That smoke bomb was no joke. It really did throw off Justin. As Valenzuela's trying to get this one into the end zone. He's going to come up short. Looks like he might go out of bounds, and he does. Valenzuela trying to pick him into the corner of the end zone and knocks this one out. It's funny, after his 3rd or 4th kick, we can see his legs getting a little bit tired. I remember last week's game against Fountain Valley. The first 3 or 4, I think, went into the end zone, then it started slowing down. His legs getting tired.
I mean, that guy's not a normal kicker who's just standing on the sideline all game and keeping that leg warm. He's actually the type of kicker who has to use both legs on defense to play linebacker. So, sometimes you get a little tired.
Justin, are you kidding me? Are you trying to tell me that as a linebacker you run around a lot?
Yeah, and you're actually in this linebacker stance. It's really tough on your legs. At least when I'm old now. It wasn't tough back in the day.
That out-of-bounds kick moves the ball up to the 35-yard line. That's where Newport Harbor will take over, 1st and 10. Lavin sends 2 receivers off to the left side. 2-back set, same formation they've had all game long. As he stays in the shotgun, looking for the signal in from his coach. They're still trying to figure it out. And if you look and they're going to have to burn a timeout here. You don't want to see him have to bang timeouts at this juncture, but they did. First and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Lavin straight back to pass. He's in trouble. This escapes Cam Shedd. Now he's rolling out to his left, sets up throws at the feet of the intended receiver, incomplete. Second and 10. Cam Shedd had him dead to rights, wasn't able to bring him in.
As DJ Cowell would say on that one, you smart. Throw that one away. He's got 4 or 5 linebackers, D linemen after him, ready to make a sack, and he just runs out of the pocket, throws that one away like a smart quarterback would.
Second down and 10. Griffins going to a nickel set. Cade Bissell into the ballgame. Yeah, as Oscar Brown locks down in his and solo down at the left part of the formation. High snap, inside handoff, double reverse head back, down he goes. He's crushed. Trying to do a flea flicker. Griffins were having none of it as Mike Reddy and Cam Shedd had a meeting in the backfield, and that was the end of Cole Lavin.
And that sack was brought to you by Paynees and Cream. Your health, your way, on your schedule.
I'm telling you, that was like one of those meeting in the ladies' room song. I think the Barcays did it, but I'll tell you what, that was a meeting in the backfield, and that was no fun for Cole Lavin, that's for sure. That flea flicker barely got back to him. Usually there's a little bit of room, but boy, that was ill-advised.
I'm surprised that running back just threw that one straight up in the air.
Third down and 16. And that's what good scouting will do for you. Lavin, inside handoff, nothing doing as he gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. It's just a kind of a rough start to the second quarter for Newport Harbor.
And that's a big tackle there by defensive lineman Tavion Miller, getting in there and wrapping up, doing a little alligator tackle on the linebacker. Sorry, on the running back.
OB standing inside his 45-yard line, awaiting this punt. Booms it away, and it's returnable. In the air, he's got it. 36-yard line down the right side. He's at the 40. 45 midfield and more. He's at the 40-yard line of Newport Harbor. Down to the 37-yard line goes Oscar Brown. And again, you can see what the difference is when he catches the ball in the air. Must have returned that well over 20 yards.
Yes, and it's a change of 30 yards because usually we're giving up 10 when we let the ball bounce. Tackle was made by Connor Spence, number 44, senior defensive lineman.
Keanu Norman into the game at tailback as they're alternating with Oscar Brown. Double tight end set for the Griffins. Play action fake. McConnell's got time. Sets up throws. Huey's too tall for him. Again, he had time, and he just he airmailed that one a little bit, and Huey was not able to pull that one in.
Yeah, he's had all of those play action plays work so well for him. At that time, I think he let the ball loose a little bit sooner than he liked, and he overthrew Keanu Huey by just a couple inches.
Shane Allen comes in for him. McConnell back to pass, looks right, sets up throws. That's complete. King's got it. First down. A little bit more. Still, now he gets hit by his own guy. Still on his feet, struggling down to the 25-yard line. That big 6'3" frame is just very tough to bring down.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty crazy. His center, Kenneth Solway's running out there to go make a block for the guy, and King just runs into Solway. Big collision.
First and 10 Griffins at the 25-yard line, Newport Harbor. Norman gets it right side, and he's in trouble. Down he goes. Boy, he'll lose 4 on the play. Nick at 5 on the play, back to the 30-yard line.
And it couldn't have been an option run there because Cade would have pulled that ball out of the stomach of his running back. There was already huge pressure there from the right side of the defensive line in the backfield. They had him swarmed up before he even got the football in his hands.
5-yard loss on that play. It's bringing up a 2nd and 15. McConnell back to pass. Sets up, hit as he throws. Ball sails too tall. Ball is intended out there for Noah Kelly. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 15. Again, Kelly was open right around the 15, not right around the 10-yard line, but again, the ball just sailed over his head. 3rd down and 15.
And that time the rush there was by Jack Phillips. He's a senior linebacker standing 6'1", 195. He's one of the bright spots for Newport Harbor tonight.
McConnell back to pass, sets up, throws, lofts one up for King. King's got it! Oh, touchdown! Griffins! What a grab by Demario King!
You got it on that. high-pointed. Didn't do too much hand fighting with the cornerback. No call on the play. And just not only does he get up way up tall to get that football, but he toe taps those toes in right inside the pylon. Fantastic play from just a next-level receiver.
What a grab by DeMario King. Valenzuela on his knock through the extra point, and it is good. With 8:20 to go here in the first half, Los Alamitos 35, Newport Harbor 0. That touchdown brought to you by Powermaster Insurance. Powermaster Insurance, the next generation insurance agency. Can be seen on the web at www.powermaster.com. Well, Justin, that's that, those 50-50 balls, and he's that kind of guy that can go up and get a 50-50 ball. And, I haven't seen anybody on this, actually, I haven't seen anybody in the 3 years we've been here at Los Alamitos that can go up and get a 50-50 ball like that.
Yeah, he definitely has a special knack for that, and he also times it really well. He really used a lot of skill there to bait that cornerback into not putting his hand up for the football or going up himself. He kept his hands low until the last second when he jumped up, then he threw those hands up there, and it makes it near impossible for a cornerback to cover that.
Valenzuela approaches the ball, booms it away, it's returnable, taken at the 5. Down the right side of the 10, 15, runs into his own blockers and gets spilled right at the 17-yard line. Been better off to let that thing go into the end zone.
Yeah, definitely. He didn't even get tackled by a Los Alamitos player. He just literally ran in the back of his own guys.
Well, McConnell with his 4th touchdown pass of the night. Wow, I'll tell you what. You got a guy like DeMario King who can come down with those 50-50 balls. Again, all McConnell did was just loft it up in the corner of the end zone, and only his guy's going to make that play, and he did. Wow. Yeah, I can't believe we've gone almost halfway through the second quarter, and the Griffins don't have a defensive score yet.
Yeah, the Griffins got some new pieces out there tonight, and it seems like the play at safety is just not as quick as it is usually.
Back to pass, Lavin, complete out, right side. Across the 20, and the ball's on the ground. I'm not sure if they're going to block it. I'm not sure if he was down. Let's see what the official marks, and I think he's going to keep the ball in possession of Newport Harbor. So we'll give him a 4-yard gain there on first down. You got your replay there, Justin, on our handy-dandy iPad that actually works? You got instant replay up here and everything.
It took us 7 games.
Wow, we're definitely technology challenged. Where's our tech guy? We got to set up by ourselves, take down. We need our groupies, man.
Yes, we do. Gonna have to put a fire out next year on Los Alamitos campus.
There you go. 2nd down and 6. Griffin showing blitz, here they come. Inside handoff, and he gets maybe a half a yard.
And sure enough, that's Nathan Thomas coming in there from the linebacker position, number 7, coming in there and actually shifting his body. He came off the right side A gap. He shifts his body, makes that tackle on the left side B gap. It's a good athletic play by the linebacker. 3rd
down and 5. 2 backs in the backfield again. Same formation for Newport Harbor. Griffins showing blitz, and looks like they jumped off sides. Or no, they got a procedure.
Yeah.
So the Griffins, there was a little bit of movement, and the Griffins, looks like they got drawn, but it was illegal procedure against Newport Harbor. So that'll move them back 5 to the original line of scrimmage, the 17-yard line. Now 3rd down and 10.
And watch the creative blitz come off the left side, Kent. They were setting up for it last play.
3rd down and 10. Griffins showing blitz. They back out of it. Throws complete, and just short of the first down, right at the 25-yard line. Boy, that was a heck of a tackle out there.
And you know who made that tackle? That's usually a wide receiver out there, Kanui Huey. He put his head down the proper way. Put his shoulder pads in the back of that back and knocked that receiver, knocked the wind out of him, and kept him from turning that 3rd down into a 1st down.
Well, after making the tackle, he's going to drift back and return this punt.
There's some pop on him.
Yeah, there was. Well, snap, boomed away. God, ready, got it! block it. He's going in. Touchdown, Griffins. Michael Reddy blocked the punt, picked it up, ran it in, and the Griffins are on the scoreboard again. Special teams. That's Reddy's second block punt for a touchdown this season.
And Michael Reddy, man, what can you say, Kent? As a football player, if you got the cojones, for lack of a better word, to run in there and block that punt, he blocks it, picks up himself, runs in, it didn't even hurt him. He put his stomach on the line, chest on the line, hands on the line, everything.
I thought he was going to get a couple of them early on. As Valenzuela on to try the extra point out of the hole of Edwin Lacrosse. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. So with 5:46 to go here in the first half, Los Alamitos 42, Newport Harbor 0. That touchdown brought to you by Bowermaster Insurance, the next generation insurance agency. Can be seen on the web at www.bowermaster.com.
Sure enough, Kent, just as we were talking about not being able to score on defense for one of these weeks, we get a score on special teams.
Special teams,
Special teams defense, slash defense.
Does that count?
I'm not quite sure, you know. I'm not. But it's Michael Reddy. It's the starting middle linebacker of the defense.
Oh, okay.
You know, technically probably not, but in MMA math.
Okay, we're not going to give that touchdown. We're going to have to try and give that one to Coach Russell, the special teams guy.
Yes. Coach Russell, that one gets tacked on to Coach Russell. That's not his first touchdown this year. We had Oscar Brown run one back last week.
Yeah, and then, that's true. That is true. And then plus, again, this is Mike Reddy's second block punt return for a touchdown. The other one was against Banning.
Add that to 6 return interceptions from the defense. That's 8 interceptions and fumble recovers for touchdowns between special teams and defense.
That sure helps out your offense a little bit.
Yeah, most definitely.
Valenzuela booms this one away. Actually, not a boom. Dribbles in, taken at the 1, to the 5, to the 10. And he's in trouble. He's barely getting to the 10, and that's it. Wow, I think it looked like Bobby Blandino in on the stop on special teams. I want to say that was Blandino.
And Michael Allen Reddy was the first one down there. He forced that runner to get out, and run right into the other 3 tacklers pretty much. Great effort from Michael Allen Reddy, pretty much a do everything type of guy, both on defense and special teams.
Newport Harbor now with their worst field position in the ball game at just outside their 10-yard line. They're down 42-zip. Lavin trying to bark signals and trying to get something going here. He's made a couple nice throws tonight, the sophomore. But again, the Griffins just very opportunistic. High snap again, and down he goes in the backfield. I'll tell you what, it's these snaps that are a problem here for Lavin. Their center's not helping him out with these high snaps. Every single play gets thrown off. The timing gets thrown off.
And I actually missed that snap there, Kent, because I'm watching Kanui Huey D up his guy on the side, the wide receiver. Kanui gets his hands on him. He does not let him cross 5 yards, keeps his hand on the whole time, and throws him into the pile. Very physical cornerback. He's enjoying his time down there on defense.
Anthony Leon has to come off as the original starting defensive end, Diego Barrera, comes into the ballgame for the Griffins. 2nd down and 12. High snap again. Inside handoff and just barely getting to the line, back to the line of scrimmage as a ball carrier. And that was Cam Shedd on the stop for the Griffins.
And outside of a few first downs for Newport Harbor, they really haven't been able to get much going on offense. Earlier tonight, they had a few guys loose deep where they could have striked for a longer play, but the quarterback wasn't able to connect, and now he's only been throwing very short passes and running the football.
3rd down and 13 for Newport Harbor, back at their 8-yard line. Griffins are smelling blood. Play action fake, hit as he throws complete, 1st down yardage, 30-yard line, still on his feet to the 35 to the 36-yard line. Goes Newport Harbor, big 1st down as Lavin stood in there, took a shot as he delivered it by King, and was still able to make that completion.
That's Dallas Burke with the tackle. That's a circle route out to the running back. He's coming out of the backfield, able to catch that about 6 or 7 yards and then find the room. There was no one in center, found the room to pick up the 1st down. The secondary, Dallas Burke, he seems a little bit more tentative when he's not back there playing with John Newman.
1st and 10 at the Newport Harbor 36-yard line. Lavin takes a snap, blitz coming, throws, complete out to the right side, and knocked out of bounds after a short gain of maybe one. It was a running back. That was Vince Delfina. I believe that was Vince Delfina. I'm going to call the right guy. Actually, make that Justin McCoy. Check that. Make that a 2nd down and 9. Two receivers out to the right side. Again, this time, right. Ball's in the right hash. Two receivers to the right side. Lavin sets up throws. Complete out to the right side, but losing 2 yards on the play, maybe 3 yards back to the 34-yard line. Was the intended receiver. The Griffins were all over that, and that's one of those fortunate that it got to the receiver because any one of those guys is picking that ball.
Yeah, and don't hold. That's if John Newman's in the game, there's no doubt that ball's going the other way. If he's playing that side at safety.
Well, they give him the original line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 10.
3rd down and 10.
Newport Harbor trying to work something out here. Two receivers out to the left side for Lavin. Back to pass he goes. Hit in trouble. Down he goes, and the ball's loose. Mike Reddy on the stop. Sacks Lavin back to the 26-yard line. The ball came loose, but not before Lavin hit the ground. Wow.
And Newport Harbor might have got away with one there. It seemed like Reddy was stripping that football as he was making the tackle, and he came up on it. He's got a knack for that. But nonetheless, that sack was brought to you by Paynees Analgesic Cream. Your health, your way, on your schedule. Michael Alamitos, he loves Paynees, and so do I. We got to give him 10 bottles for tonight.
I don't think he needs it. He should probably be handing it out.
Yeah, handing it out to everybody in the stands. He's got like 14 bottles this season.
Ball snap, booted away. It's returnable. Huey's got it at the 38-yard line. Up the middle of the 40. 45 takes a big hit as he crossed midfield to the 49-yard line, and that's where Los Alamitos will take over. 1st and 10 with 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go here in the first half. They lead 42-zip.
And it took a while to put Kanui back there to catch those punts and give someone else a chance. But I think they're telling Oscar Brown, hey, you got to check out. This is how it's done. Kanui's got really good hands, and he'll run under that football.
Yeah, he is. I think Coach Russell's probably saying the same thing. That, he's saying the same thing we are, and that is you got to catch the ball in the air. Your punt returner, go catch the ball.
Making me look bad, man.
Norman is a setback. Play action fake. And keeping it is McConnell around the right side. Actually, that's not McConnell, that's Zach Wagner. And he picked up 4 yards on the play to the 45-yard line.
Looked like that tackle there was made on Wagner once again by Jack Phillips. Big number 2 coming in there to make another tackle. He's been all over the field tonight. Wagner, he's a tough guy to bring down, getting him positive yards on a very tough play there.
I thought that was McConnell, but yeah, that's Zach Wagner in that quarterback for the Griffins. Jaden Mitchell in the backfield along with Keanu Norman and Zach Wagner on 2nd down and 6.
Edwin Lacrosse out there at the slot receiver.
Griffins taking a lot of time. Clock is at 1:20 to go. And they'll snap it off just as they handed as the play clock went down. Wagner kept it himself, moved ahead down to the 42-yard line and picked up 3 yards. And I don't think the Griffins are actually trying to score here. I mean, that's the way they're doing this. They're waiting for the back judge to raise his hand, which tells you there's got 5 seconds to snap the ball before you get a delayed game penalty. And that's what they waited for last time. If you look at that back judge there, he's your little timekeeper as we're at 44 seconds to go.
It just shows you how smart of a football player Wagner is. He understands not only playing receiver position, but also as a quarterback, which cues you need to look for at certain times in the game. Tough thing to do.
Wagner kept it himself. 1st down he goes. Down to the 35-yard line. Clock will stop for a little bit with 22 seconds to go, and I would imagine Coach Fenton's just going to say, well, let's just go ahead and go to halftime. And he does. After that 1st down, that's it. Coach is going to let this thing wind down to 0. As, again, this 22 seconds will be marked off. Griffins are headed to the locker room, and we're going to be at halftime here shortly. The score at the end of the first half, Los Alamitos 42, Newport Harbor 0.
We'll be right back for the second half.
Newport Harbor, and coach decided to take a knee and get to the locker room, which yes, is the way to go.
Ken, I'll have to be the first one to say that you don't get a slight pass at taking a jab at Coach Fenton around me. It's not going to happen. I know what the man's made of. I can see clearly through what goes down on the field, and I'll stand up from the top of the mountain and scream my praises to anybody who thinks that we're playing a sideways football game. We play with so much respect to our opponents, even opponents who don't treat us well during the offseason and whatnot. We always play with respect.
Well, Valenzuela kicks this ball deep. It's into the end zone. Newport Harbor will start this second half. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll be moving from right to left.
And Ken, you gotta notice on Nicky V's kicks, right? When Nicky V puts that kick right on the hash mark, when he's asked to put it on the hash mark, it very easily toe taps into the end zone. He just kicks it with his toe. When he's got to get that extra 10 or 15 yards out to that pylon from center field, that's when he has a little bit of trouble dropping it into the corner of the end zone. It's a tougher kick to make.
1st and 10, Newport Harbor, when the clock is winding. So, yes, we are in a running clock situation here. It's 42-7 is the halftime score at Fountain Valley against Corona Del Mar, so that's setting up a big showdown next week with the Griffins and Corona Del Mar as we're looking to play out the string here in tonight's ball game. Handoff off the right side and a yard gain, and that's about it.
Kanui here that time coming from his cornerback position off the right side. Could have taken a shot at the quarterback, and instead just give him a little push. I like Kanui playing defense. He's got a lot of spunk out there. It's interesting to see. We haven't seen him get too much time out there earlier in the season. He's replacing Wingfield tonight to get some reps.
Yeah, Wingfield not in tonight's ball game.
Remember, he came up a little bit. He had a long week last week, came up a little bit limp, but we hear everything's good. Just kind of precautionary period here.
2nd down and 8. The inside handoff, and he busts it. Crosses the 40 down to the 45-yard line. Big run there on 2nd down.
Yeah, that's just a counter play coming off the right side. The linebacker had already overflowed the gap to the right, and that time the running back's able to break through for a 1st down. He's tackled by the combination of Bobby Blandino and Demario King.
1st down at the 45-yard line of Newport Harbor. That is their longest, or their deepest penetration of the ball game. Haven't quite crossed midfield yet on 1st down and 10. Lavin barking signals. Back to pass he goes. Looks right, throws. Complete. Right at midfield.
That's Blandino in coverage. One of the first receptions we've seen on Blandino tonight. He let him have that one at 5 yards, a 5-yard curl. The receiver's able to make the catch. I think that this defense is a little bit slower tonight due to the fact that the snap count is going so slow, and the defense isn't able to time any of their blitzes or really get into a rhythm against this offense. It's a very slow-moving offense, and the defense is kind of back there being lulled to sleep, playing a little slower than they usually do.
2nd down and 5. Ball's at midfield. High snap. Back passes Lavin. Rolls to his right, sets up, throws. It's almost intercepted in and out of the hands of King. King had it and couldn't haul it in. He dropped an easy interception, hit him right at the 1.
And he knows, he's used to playing receiver where he's catching the ball while he's running forward. And that time, I love that. Demario King hits his push-ups. He's getting up. That time just
doing his push-ups in the middle of the field. That's okay. Practice field okay.
Not the game.
3rd down and 5. Yeah, that's probably not what you want to be doing there.
Like the idea, but probably the wrong time.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe on the sideline. Back to pass Lavin, sets up, throws the right side. This time it's intercepted. Griffins going the other way. That's Blandino still on his feet. He's at the 30. down to the 28-yard line. Bobby Blandino on the interception for the Griffins.
And Blandino with the interception for the second week in a row. He was really looking to take that one to the house. Just couldn't pick up an extra block or two to make it happen. Blandino, he battled that receiver on that play. He was able to pick it off right about 6 yards. Glad that the referee let the receiver and cornerback go out a little bit and have a battle. Blandino was able to come up with it. He said, no more slow plays getting past me.
Griffins in business, 1st and 10 at the Newport Harbor 27-yard line. Ryan Henderson in at quarterback for the Griffins. Jaden Mitchell gets it. Right side he goes, breaks one tackle, and gets to the 27-yard line. We'll give him maybe the line of scrimmage. That's about it. A lot of running for Jaden Mitchell, but nothing much north and south. 2nd down and 10. Mitchell gets it again. Right side he goes. He's got a little bit of a crease. He's at the 20-yard line. Crosses it down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1 there.
And Jaden Mitchell takes that long stretch handoff around the short side of the field. Is he able to use his speed to get past the first line of defenders, but gets tackled out of bounds.
3rd down, and we'll call it 2 on the 8-yard pickup by Jaden Mitchell. Henderson gives it to Mitchell again. Up the middle he goes. 1st down at the 17-yard line.
Hey, that time, Kent, it looked like Henderson or Mitchell, might have been a slight communication issue on where he was going there for the handoff. It was a little bit of a bobbly handoff. Got to be careful with that football.
Henderson gives it to Mitchell. Right side he goes, trying to get the corner, tripped up, and he'll lose a yard on the play.
And Mitchell, he keeps trying to force to get to that outside, but he's got to take those eyes and point them inside. That hole was wide open for him. He could have fit a Mack truck through there had he just taken one stutter step and let the play flow past him, and he would have probably ran for a touchdown.
He'll lose 2 on the play. 2nd down and 12. Again, we're in a running clock mode, so we're halfway through the 3rd quarter already. Mitchell up the middle, stutter step. Still on his feet, pushing forward. Gets to the 15-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 7 there for the Griffins. Frank Alenta comes into the ballgame.
That was a good job by the offensive line, getting a strong push up front. Jose Montanero. Sorry, not Jose. It's another offensive lineman getting the lead push there for the Griffins and making room for his running back.
Big Jack Langley's in there on 3rd down and 8. That's Alenta trying to get the right side. He's at the 15, down to the 10, and he's going to be about 3 yards short of the 1st down. Frank Alenta, the ball carrier, actually got knocked out of bounds at the 12-yard line, picked up 3. And on to try a field goal here. Call it a 29-yarder from the right hash mark is Nick Valenzuela.
Always good practice here for later in the season.
Out of the hold of Edmund Lacrosse. Snap down, kick is up, and it is no good. He missed it to the left and low. And the Griffins are turned away.
Yeah, being a right-footed kicker, it's actually probably one of the the hardest kick to make is from that right hash. You have to step in, pivot, and plant your foot at an angle in which is going to allow you to put your ball, the inner portion of the ball of your feet, the soccer kick, right on that football and diagonal it into the uprights. And it's sometimes a harder kick to make for a right-footed kicker, especially when you haven't had a lot of experience throughout the season doing it in game time.
Well, the Griffins' 2nd unit defense is out there now on 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. We're at 4:34 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Pick up a few numbers out there for the Griffins. Back to pass, thrown, complete, over the middle, 1st down. Lavin's pass was complete for 11 yards. Dallas Burke on the stop.
And Ken on the right side at cornerback, that's Gio Hong, 5'11", 163, wide receiver and defensive back. He's a sophomore, usually plays on JV.
See if we get a little bit of Jamaica in there. Jamaica me crazy. Xarian Wembley got a couple sacks last week in the game against Fountain Valley. Lavin high snap, sets up, throws right side, and it's complete. Down inside the 30-yard line.
Looked like that was Dallas Spirit coming over top to make the tackle from the safety position.
Nathan Kersey was a cornerback on that play.
Yeah, that pass was caught on Nathan Kersey. One of Nathan's first snaps of the season. He gets beat on the outside there by number 19 for Newport Harbor. And that would be Aiden Goltz, wide receiver junior. He's 6'1", going against that 5'8" receiver. He's got about 5 inches on him, and you could definitely tell the difference.
1st and 10, Newport Harbor in Griffin territory at the 29-yard line. Inside handoff and nothing doing. Line of scrimmage, and that's about it for Jake Kaliakoa.
Standing right there in the vicinity of the tackle was Diego Barrera. It looked like that tackle was actually made by 2 of the linebackers, one of them being number 81, Tyler DeLeon. He's a sophomore.
I wonder if he's related to Gio DeLeon. I think he is. 2nd down and 10 for Lavin. Back to pass he goes, rolling out to his left, sets up wide open. 25-yard line, still on his feet. Down to the 19-yard line. That's going to be close to another 1st down for Newport Harbor. And I think that is enough. They'll move the sticks. 1st and 10.
They're coming up for the corner position to make a tackle. That was Dylan Destante, number 22.
Newport Harbor 1st and 10 as we hit the 2-minute mark in the 3rd quarter. Newport Harbor looking to get on the board here. Lavin, play action fake, throws the corner of the end zone, wide open, and knocked away. DeMario King comes over from his safety position and knocked that one away. It hung up there a little bit too long, but King was able to use some speed to knock it away incomplete.
Yeah, DeMario crossed a lot. He covered a lot of field on that play. He was able to get up like Superman and get that one knocked down. Had he been able to see it a little earlier, I think he might get up and intercept that one. But nonetheless, he saved a touchdown on that play from his free safety position coming from the backside right hash to cover all the way to the S on Cerritos in the end zone.
2nd and 10 as we're hit the 1-minute mark in the 3rd quarter. High snap again. Inside handoff. And picking up about 3 yards on the play is Kaliakoa. For the Griffins, and on that stop was David Martinez. I think that's David Martinez. Is that a number 50 down there?
Tough to see when they're down in their stance now.
3rd down and 7. Clearly 4-down country. Lavin back to pass, throws right side. Too tall and incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th down. You know, Coach Colby really wants to see his, the second unit here maintain the shutout. There's some pride in the team to get that done. And again, it isn't so much that you want to rub it in anybody's nose. It's just that you want your team to continue to play well.
Oh, and they got plenty of chances. 2 sophomore cornerbacks out there right now who have never started a varsity game. And the 2 starting safeties for tonight are still in there. But they'll get one of the D linemen to jump.
Yeah, they did. Same guy who made the last tackle is going to give him 5 yards the easy way. It's going to make up turn a 4th and 7 into a 4th and 2. See if that changes the play call at all for the coaches. We're at 7 seconds to go. I don't know if they're going to get this play off before the end of the 3rd quarter, and they won't. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. The score at the end of 3, Los Alamitos 42, Newport Harbor 0.
And we'll take a quick break for a commercial and be right back with them.
Over the years, Pacific Coachways has become known as a premier charter bus, shuttle bus, minibus, and school charter industry leader in the Southern California area, and we've earned a reputation for providing our clients with excellent service time after time. We specialize in corporate charters, family or special event charters, as well as long-distance charters and school bus charters. So whether you're planning a long-distance road trip or local sightseeing tour, convention center, shuttles, or simple airport transportation, you can rely on Pacific Coachways to meet all your ground transportation needs. Today, more than 25 years later, we continue to focus on all these key efforts to provide our clients with the absolute best experience. Pacific Coachways is the official transportation provider of Los Alamitos Griffin football. Book with them today at 888-505-4767.
And we're back live to start this fourth quarter of Homecoming 2018 as the Griffins are putting smiles on the faces of this partisan, all in red, Griffin crowd wearing these, looks like that what's on their back, that's that thing from, what was that movie?
From Scream.
Scream, that's it, the Scream face guy. 4th down and 2, Griffins looking to keep the shutout alive. Lavin rolls out to his right, sets up throws, incomplete, and the Griffins will take over on downs.
And look at this, Ken. You got to give a big assistant sack or assistant rush of the quarterback to the Griff fans out there. I think TJ Fenton has taught them something at ASB. They've got a bunch of chants going. It's like Alabama's crowd down there just getting in the heads of every SEC opponent that comes into town.
I think what this is what they have here is they got the roller coaster. That's what they call that cheer that they just did. Henderson stays in at quarterback, rolls out, sets up throws, incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Matt Brines.
Good job by Henderson to fight off the tackler and get that ball out early and safe. It hit his receiver in the hands. He did his job there as quarterback, but nonetheless saved a sack from happening.
Henderson getting some extended work here. 2 halves in a row. Handoff, Frank Alenta puts his foot in the ground. Up the field he goes as he crosses the 20-yard line. Actually, they're going to mark him down just right at the 19-yard line. Frank Alenta, twin brother of John Alenta, last week's touchdown maker. And again, we've got a request out to have both the Alentas on the coaches show this coming Tuesday.
Gotta love how he puts that left foot in the ground and just gets upfield.
Up the middle he goes again. He's going to be close to a first down, depending on the spot. And they're giving him the first down, 1st and 10. Alenta.
And Alenta doesn't do anything super pretty, but he's very effective as a running back. He covers up that ball really well, and he gets through to the line and through the line really quick.
After brother got a touchdown, now he's running backwards. He's in trouble, and he's going to lose some yardage on that play. He'll lose 4 back to the 17-yard line. Frank Alenta, and that's going to bring Mitchell back into the ballgame.
Yeah, you can't run past that tackle right there. Newport Harbor's left side of the defense has got a really good push on the offensive line, and they were waiting there for Alenta as he ran the football that way.
Jaden Mitchell, the sophomore, back in at tailback on 2nd down and 14. As we hit the 10-mile, there's a penalty in the play. There's a false start or illegal procedure or formation or something against the Griffins. And I'm not sure why they stopped the clock. They shouldn't have.
It's going to set us up for a long 2nd down, Ken. I'd love to see Jalen Mitchell be utilized in the screen game.
2nd down and 19. See if Henderson can get a pass off here. He does. Sets up throws, incomplete. Throws well over the head of Matt Brines.
And we got to do some searching down there on the offensive line. It seems like the Griffins have put in some extra backup offensive linemen and are just not protecting the quarterback as effectively as they were earlier tonight. That quarterback's got somebody in his face pretty much every time he goes to throw it.
See if Henderson get one completed here on 3rd down and we'll call it 18. Inside handoff, that's Mitchell, and he's able to get up to the 18-yard line, pick up a few, give a little bit more of a breathing room there for Nick Valenzuela to punt this one away. This will be his first punt of the night. I'm sorry, make that Zach Wagner. This is his first punt of the night.
I really like that run by Jalen Mitchell. Though he didn't pick up a bunch of yards, he put his foot in the ground and he went north and south.
Wagner averaging 37 yards a punt as Mitchell forgot that he was on punt into the game. Good snap by Saleh, and Wagner booms this away. Line drive kick bounces and takes a Griffin roll at midfield and is stopped right at the 49-yard line. And the clock is winding now at 8:37 to go here in the ballgame. Griffins looking to preserve this shutout. Everybody looking to go home. Homecoming dance is getting ready to get fired up here for the Griffins. And they'll be able to get this dance going early. Heck, we're going to be done here before 9 o'clock tonight. First and 10, which will likely be Newport Harbor's last opportunity to put some points on the board. Sets up, throws complete to the right side. Midfield and taken down right at the 49-yard line. These guys are getting some work in under the lights right now. It's kind of a neat thing for them. They're able to get down there. They're still able to play, and now they're starting to feel themselves a little bit more.
Ken, I can't bang home enough how much of a big deal it was for me as a sophomore to get some time on varsity playing myself. And also, I believe your son, Kent, we both got in during an Orange Lutheran game against a vaunted Orange Lutheran offense. And, it was something that paid dividends junior and senior year.
Second down and 8. Motion man comes right to left, and a few people took off a little bit too soon. The thing is about these penalties is that it just continues to eat time off of the clock. And, we're going to, by the time we get this snap off, as we move 5 yards back, we're going to be under 7 minutes. And, again, it's not about downs that they need. It's really time and distance to get in there for Newport Harbor to break the shutout.
Yeah, and you know that it's a big deal for the Griffins to try to hold on to this shutout. That's the goal of these second and third guys up. A lot of juniors and sophomores out there, a couple seniors, and they want to preserve what LaSalle has established earlier on in the game.
Yeah, they certainly do. Lavin back to pass, sets up, throws, complete. Down to the 45-yard line of Los Alamitos. And that's going to bring up a third down and 4 there. I think you gave me a score earlier. I think it was Orange Lutheran. Now pick up another touchdown, and they're down trailing.
It was 28-21 they're trailing, and now Bosco just scored again, so it's 35-21 Bosco. That's as of 3 minutes ago.
Okay. And Trinity League action. That other score I'd like to keep track of is Edison against Huntington Beach. Huntington Beach is playing Edison pretty tough. Lavin sets up, throws, and it's complete. Down to the 21, call it the 20-yard line.
Lavin was able to make that catch, just using his sheer size and ability to go up and go over Gio Hong, it looked like, down there at the corner. Sophomore getting a lot of balls thrown his way.
Actually, I think that was Tyler De Leon that got picked on that one. Ball's down to the 20-yard line as we're moving towards the 5-minute mark. Hit as he throws. It's complete down to near the end zone. He's going in. Touchdown, Newport Harbor. As Lavin's able to make a 20-yard connection on the play. And the shutout is over.
On the bright side, Kent, we won't have anybody accusing us of running it up this week.
Yeah.
We got beat, right now we're getting beat in the second half, so you can't tell me we're running it up.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think that's an issue. I just think we have a guy out there that has a problem. Extra point was good, so again, 5:29 to go here in this ball game, and it's LaSalle 42 and Newport Harbor 7.
And Kent, La Habra is up right now 28-14 on Sunny Hills. They're able to keep that lead going. That's probably for the actually it is for the Freeway League title. Also out there for what seems to be the Empire title, Valencia's up on Tustin right now 14-7. I'm going to go ahead and grab you the score from the Edison game. That one is probably the most relevant to us right now as it sits. It looks like Corona Del Mar is up 49-14 on Fountain Valley, and I'll have to get right back to you with the Edison score.
Okay. Well, that Corona Del Mar team will be here at Cerritos College next Friday to take on your Griffins. Both teams 2-0 in a huge game, which will likely will be for the Sunset League title. Doesn't mean that Edison wouldn't have a shot, because frankly, if LaSalle beats Corona Del Mar, Edison will be playing Week 10 against the Griffins here at Cerritos College for a share of the title, as all teams would have beaten each other. Corona Del Mar would have beaten Edison, and if Edison is able to beat LaSalle, assuming that LaSalle beats Corona Del Mar, it'll be a 3-way tie for first. Not sure if you picked all that up, but as the ball is taken by Norman, rolls into the end zone, and it's muffed. And the Griffins will have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And it looks like the score of the Edison game is 13 Edison, 8 Huntington Beach. So Huntington Beach is with.
Well, they got a safety, sounds like, right?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it was 13-6, and again, Huntington Beach is a live. I'm telling you, they're a live dog.
They're a live dog.
They
That's
really
the
are.
Huntington Beach. Eric McLaury, we know him well. He's a really good athlete down there at Huntington Beach, and he can do some exciting things from the running back position.
All into the ball carrier. Gets out to the 22-yard line.
So, Ken, we got a big one coming up next week. I think this one's pretty much in hand. Corona Del Mar has had a lot of hype behind it. Looks like they're going to steal this one up against Fountain Valley. We'll have to talk about that post-game.
Yeah, they really do have an advanced passing program there. They've got 3 Division I guys, a Division I quarterback with Chase Garbers. I think it's Chase
Redmond at tight end.
Redmond's a tight end, and then John Humphrey's the receiver. And then they've got Schlom. He's another good receiver too. All big targets for the for Garbers, and the Griffins' passing defense is going to get tested in that game.
100%, and I think the Griffins really need to focus on getting healthy this week. If we play at the speed that we played tonight in the first half, I think it's going to be a very close game next week. And I think if the Griffins play up to their talent and their ability like they did against Long Beach Poly, it's going to be a whole other story. We'll win like we're supposed to.
As Alana takes a handoff, and they'll lose a yard, so that's going to make up a 4th down. And who knows, Newport Harbor may have a shot at getting another score here.
Yeah, we got to remember their quarterback hasn't exactly shown a very, very accurate deep arm, but his starting receivers right now are currently going against some younger, less experienced cornerbacks, and we'll have to see if Newport Harbor decides to test it deep and try to put another score on the board before the end of the game.
I would imagine they're going to give it a shot. Why not? As Wagner booms this one away. High kick. Bounces, takes a Newport Harbor roll inside midfield to the Griffin 47-yard line. And again, Newport Harbor's got a couple minutes to see if they can't get this one in. But yeah, that game next week is really going to test the Griffins secondary. Griffin secondary hasn't faced a quarterback the level of a Garbers yet this season. The closest one, gosh, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
I think the quarterback at Vista Marietta was pretty solid week 1.
No,
not a Garbers though.
Yeah, no, not even close to a Garbers. He was.
How about the zip that the sophomore from Warren had? He had a pretty good arm, little zip on that football, and a pretty accurate football. Was Warren had sophomore? Was it not Warren? Sorry, not Warren.
Carson.
Yeah,
I mean.
Not on the level of Garbers, but
not even close.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't even think they're in the same league. I mean, I think the closest to a Garbers was Steuben.
Yeah, you're probably right. And Steuben just really doesn't have the weapons that Garbers does.
Not even. Well, I mean, he's got some weapons, but he's putting up his numbers against some much weaker opponents, and you've got Garbers putting it up against some big. They've had a pretty challenging preseason, so. That's going to be a real test for the Griffins to get something done on defense against him.
And to play devil's advocate, I just really don't think Corona Del Mar has gone up against a defense quite like Los Alamos. They have played one game that was very testy to them, but Los Alamitos' defense, if they come full tilt, full boogie, I think Corona Del Mar is going to have their hands full as well.
Well, they played Jay Serra, and Jay Serra
is a darn good team.
They're like number 5 in the country. They're really good. As that pass is complete out and spun away, still on his feet, down to the 30-yard line as we hit the 1-minute mark in the ballgame.
And to be completely honest with you, Kent, that Jay Serra team is not much different than the Jay Serra team they had last year. It was a very young team last year when we played them. However, Tariq Luckett still there, quarterback still there. Pretty much all of the solid weapons were there last year are just a year older this year, and that's the difference between Jay Serra being just a top 5 in Orange County and a top 5 nationally.
And one of the things you don't want to see here is late in this, what you call garbage time, is one of the players in Newport Harbor got, looks like he twisted a knee, and that's not good. It's, the last thing those guys need is to have, guys get injured. So, yeah, a little timeout on the field here. Andrew Turner's going to head on down and get his interviews going, as he's got a short night tonight. Heck, he's going to be able to get home in time to watch Blue Bloods.
And much like the Los Alamitos tonight, Andrew was spinning his arms around, really excited just to be covering this game.
Yeah, you know it, right? As that injured player's gonna stop this game from ending.
And Kent, big one here. Capo is tied right now with Mission at 17-17.
I'm telling you, Capo is one of those teams that's underrated. They got, I think Manning is their quarterback, and just doing a heck of a job. They were an unknown. And Mission, that's a big game in the South Coast League. If Capo gets the better of them, wow, look out. I mean, I don't see Tesoro or San Clemente beating Capo.
No, most definitely not. And on the flip side, we've got Valencia up 20-7 in what's likely to be the Empire League title match. It looks like. I got something else to say to you a little bit while later, Ken.
Okay, well, clock is winding. Yes, this will likely be the last play of the ball game. Toss out complete, and losing a couple yards on the play as we're under 30 seconds to go. And a whole lot of Griffins there on the stop. Let's see, we'll give one call out here to Devon Homerus, the senior, making the stop. Second down, and this should be the last play of the game, and it is incomplete. Gio Hong in coverage there as time ends. That's it. 000's on the scoreboard. And your Los Alamitos Griffins up, and they win it. 42-7 over Newport Harbor. Griffins moved to 6-1 on the season. Newport Harbor drops to 3-1, 0-2 in league. Up next for Newport Harbor is they're going to be at Edison at Shoe Field. Griffins will be right here for the big showdown against the number 8 team in the county, Corona Del Mar, led by Chase Garbers and a whole host of Division I type receivers. I think that'll do it. The Griffins will be lighting the ace of spades and getting ready to head on over to the homecoming dance tonight. And you and I are going to head on out of here and end it all up.
Tonight, man, impressive by DeMario King, Kanua Huey. A lot of these guys tonight spent the whole time on the field until their numbers were called and some other guys were able to get in. All-around good team effort. Didn't come out flat in the game that really, to be honest, wasn't too much of a threat. Everybody knew this week they were able to stay up and get at it and get the job done well. That being said, I look for a whole nother team to come out next week against Corona Del Mar.
Okay, well, that's going to wrap things up here from Cerritos College. For Justin Connolly, this is Kent McKell saying goodbye. We'll see you next Friday, where your final score, your Griffins 42 and Newport Harbor 7.